I'm your host, Aaliyah English, and welcome to episode 2 of Fandom Diaries, presented by Girls Behind the Rock Show. Today's episode is all about K-pop. K-pop started becoming popular in the United States in 2012 when Psy's Gangnam Style released on YouTube and Americans took it by storm. Since then, groups such as NCT 127, BTS, EXO, 17, and SHINee have continued America's craving for K-pop. Did you know that 76% of K-pop's overall demographic is made up of women and non-men? That's amazing! One of our Girls Behind the Rock Show resident K-pop stans, Mary, sat down with a few K-pop stans to see what it's like being a K-pop fan in today's world.
Who is your alt bias?
It's Wano. He's so beautiful.
It's Lucas. I've never had an alt until Boss.
Jin from BTS. Has been from the start.
What attracted you to K-pop, and then kind of like where you started versus where you are now, like your whole like K-pop journey, I guess.
What I remember is when I first moved into our house, we just wanted to make friends with all like the neighbor kids and stuff. And there was this one neighbor where, we found out that we were gonna go to the same school, the same middle school, and we're just like, oh, like that's so cool. And then like he showed me a video, and it turned out to be K-pop. At the time I didn't know it, but it was 21, and it was the song I Am the Best. And I just remember like seeing all the girls, like all of their cool like makeup, hair, and like their attire and stuff. And I was just like, oh my god, like this is nothing like I've ever seen before, like in my life. Like the weird thing was is that I didn't understand that like other cultures and other countries have music. I just thought it was just American music, and it's just American and that's it. That's all everyone listens to. So I was like, wait. So you're telling me they're singing in Korean? And my neighbor was like, yeah, like they are. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. K-pop also made me realize what I want to do with my life, and that was it wasn't what I was expecting listening to BTS No More Dream or listening to 21, like it's crazy.
I knew of like K-pop because of Psy that came out when Gangnam Style got big. I was in 7th grade. I liked a little bit of J-pop, a few girl groups, and then I kind of went away from that. And then Gangnam Style came out, and after that I saw through YouTube like reactions. I think my first one was Fantastic Baby by Big Bang, I Got a Boy by Girls' Generation, Lucifer by SHINee. So I saw a lot of more of like second gen groups when I was first getting into it. The music video for Dope by BTS, and that's kind of what I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a little more into it. And they were really the first group that I started learning about, where I started kind of learning the different kinds of things that go on in K-pop, and like, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
The people that I like, BTS are my, like, just constantly, they're always my favorite, but I'm really getting into 17 at the moment and sort of learning how they work as a group and all the different members and kind of what their interests are. And it's just really nice to know that you don't have to focus on just one band. You can be a fan of everyone. You don't have to just single yourself out and say, oh no, I just like this band, because there's so much more to discover than just one band.
What was it about? I mean, you mentioned BTS, so what was it about them that like kind of threw you like full throttle into K-pop?
I don't know. I think there was just something relatable, and there was just something that you don't see in like Western groups and Western artists. There are things that they weren't doing over here. The budget that they have in their music videos, they don't do that over here. And it was really catchy. It was really fun. It was just all the different things that they did that you don't really experience when you're a fan of music from, you know, Western countries and Western artists.
What does being a fangirl, I guess, mean to you?
It means to me like you're in this for life, you know? Like I don't think that I don't want to ever stop being a K-pop fan. I don't ever want to stop being a fangirl because it's such a big part of who I am that I'm just like, there's no way that I can just, it's kind of like finally realizing where you belong. You know, it's kind of like, there's more people out there. It means that like, no matter what walk of life you come from, where your culture is, what language you speak, that your home basically, there is more out there that you basically just belong somewhere.
It's a lot more dedication than just being a regular fan. Most of the other artists that I'm into, I don't do half of the things that I do for, you know, the groups that I'm a fangirl of. Super M is like my ultimate, that's my ultimate, that's everything to me, and I would never stay up until like 7 a.m. for anything. So it's definitely a higher level of dedication, a lot more time and work to just learn everything and be a part of things and really support.
To people that don't really understand what that means, I guess a good way of putting it is that you're part of like a community that's full of people that understand you that a lot of other people don't, and that fangirling is like something that you love and enjoy and you can express it with other people that understand, rather than some people say, oh, you fangirl because you're like obsessed with these people. It's not always about obsession. It's about like how you relate to that, to whatever you're fangirling over.
What would you say is your favorite like fan moment? Be it like anything that happened or at like a concert specifically, like any, like what's like your like number one favorite moment?
So like ever since I was young, I knew I wanted to be a veterinarian. Like I came out of the womb vet, you know, like I'm gonna be a veterinarian. And as I got older and I started actually doing the veterinary program, I started getting certified in certain things. I realized it was like the scariest thing because I realized that's not what I wanted. Like I don't like this pressure. If you mess up, something's gonna die. Like I did not like that. So it was very scary to me, and I realized it my senior year of high school, and I was all like, really? Like now? I kind of started learning Korean on the side, like as a hobby, and it was very emotional for me because my hobby became something that I wanted to do, and it was just like I didn't realize at that moment how much K-pop had impacted me until I switched career path. It was just, yeah.
I think it would be just going through it on social media, because even though we're all at home, even though we're not actually in, you know, the stadium or together, it still felt like I was at a concert with people. You know, people were we were still talking about it. People were still having fun, even though, you know, you're doing it online.
On the second night when they went off for encore and the message popped up on the big screen saying that we were going to be surprising them, and instantly all of us were really confused. We're like, oh my god, what's going to happen? Anticipating what was going to happen and knowing that it was coming, and then everyone just sort of looking at each other, and then it coming up on the screen, and you just see the members get so confused. It's like, what is going on? And the way that everyone just came together and just like all sang together, and it's such a heartwarming moment that a massive group of people can make 7 guys feel like that and feel so loved and like cherished. And it really was a moment for me that I looked over to my friends, and one of my friends was hugging a girl that was sat next to her that she didn't even know. But it was one of those moments that every single person, even though we didn't know each other, like who we were surrounded by, everyone came together in that moment. It was beautiful.
How do you think inclusivity in fandom ties into being a K-pop fan specifically?
I grew up in a Mexican community and there's not a lot of diversity here. So the only time I would ever see other cultures and other races was when I would go on vacation to California and stuff. Is like, you know, you just hear all these different languages and stuff, and that was the most I was exposed to it. So I don't really get to meet or interact with people from other walks of life. And with K-pop, it's so much more different. I feel like I've been able to meet a lot more people from different walks of life. I've been able to interact more. When I went to a BTS concert, I've never seen that many, and I've never heard and seen that many cultures in one place before. And it's very, like, you get that like wake up call where it's not just your community. It's not just, you know, where your town that you live in, it's not just that. There's so much more stuff out there. I feel like with K-pop, we're a lot more open to people from different walks of life. And you're getting mad at me for liking something, I'm gonna get mad at you for not being open to a different country, because you automatically think that, well, it's not mine, so I shouldn't care. It's just kind of like, it's all of us. Like, it just shows we're just very, it doesn't matter the language or anything. If you like it, you're family. Like, that's it.
It's something that you can have lots of people from different genders, different, you know, ethnicities and countries and ages, and because it's been around so long, that just take to it, that even become idols themselves. And it's a really big part of just everything.
There's so many different, like, races, ages, like, ethnicities of people that I've met and become friends with, and really I don't think I could have met any of those people without K-pop, because it's such a niche thing to like, but once you're in it, it's almost like you feel like you're in it for life because of the people that you've met along the way, and that, you know, that all of those bands and all of the songs that they sing and kind of the message that they put out there is so important for people to kind of know that they can be accepted and there's no judgment, there's nothing that can stop you from enjoying it.
Well, you heard it here first. Thank you so much again for watching the second episode of Fandom Diaries, presented by Girls Find the Rock Show. Also, don't forget to check out our new and improved website and our merch shop, where you can buy cool stuff like this from our winter collection. I'm your host, Aaliyah English, and I'll see you next time.